What's good, guys? In today's video, I'm going to talk about a case of Sculptor's block quest. In this quest, I'm going to show you exactly how to get the best rewards and the most amount of money possible. So let's jump straight into it. If you want to skip to a specific part of the guide, then feel free to check the chapter list down below. But without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, you're going to be walking around Vernsworth, and in the area that's near the castle, there's going to be an old man standing outside of his home. He has hired a sculptor in Bakbattahl that is said to be extremely talented to get him a specific sculpture. This is going to send you on an adventure to Bakbattahl. If you don't already know how to get to Bakbattahl, here's a video right here that shows you 4 different ways to get into Bakbattahl safely, easily, and with a whole bunch of heartache, but just completely up to you. You play the game how you want to go. However you choose to get there, once you're in Bakbattahl, you're going to want to go by the sculptor's shop. You'll know that you're in the right spot when you see a whole bunch of petrified and sculpted items outside of the shop. As you go inside, you'll see a man named Fulvio. He's going to be extremely fascinated by Medusa. Medusa has the ability to petrify people. When she petrifies you, she freezes you into stone. And to him, this would be invaluable because if something was frozen into stone, he could duplicate it pretty easily, which in turn gives us the greatest hint that we need to complete this quest and get the best results. If you do not go and fight Medusa and grab her head, and you just go straight to the nest where he is waiting for you, then you'll fight the griffin for a specific amount of time, but ultimately you won't be able to get the greatest rewards possible. If you kill the griffin too quickly, then you're going to get the worst possible ending to this quest line, where Fulvio will basically get laughed at the exhibit when he goes back to the old man's house. The old man will refuse to continue doing business with him, and you will only get about 7,000 gold.
My word! It would appear I overestimated your ability. How dare you claim my gold for a clumsy attempt such as this?
You still get the experience, but it's not as much as you're gonna get if we go and we chop off Medusa's head. If you don't know where Medusa is at, she's in the bottom left-hand corner of the Bakbattahl area. So you just want to come over here to this area right here on the map. Alright, before you set out on the journey to take Medusa's head, there's a couple of things that need to be set up first. For starters, you're going to want to switch to the thief vocation. You're going to need to be the thief class, and you're also going to want to have a pawn in your party that has the lightning affinity. The lightning affinity is going to allow them to give you lightning magic and lightning damage on your daggers so that you can chop off Medusa's head. If you don't have a pair of strong daggers to chop off Medusa's head and you need a decent pair of daggers, there is actually a pair of daggers really close by in the Bakbattahl cavern. There's a chest in here all the way in the back that you will be able to get a pair of daggers. If these daggers are too powerful, then there's another pair of daggers right down here at the Riftstone of the Fanged. If you go up these stairs where the thieves were, you can look into this chest right here, and boom, you got yourself another pair of daggers. Either one of these daggers will be more than enough for you to take off Medusa's head. Once you're in the Caligna's depths, go ahead inside straight to the back and you'll see Medusa. She's just pacing around in there by herself. As soon as she starts trying to petrify you, all you have to do is get out of line of sight. So if you put a stone pillar between you and her, she won't be able to petrify you. Secondly, you're going to want to use the wait command as often as possible to get your pawn to try to give you the thunder ability for your weapons. Once your weapons have been imbued with the thunder ability, go ahead and hop on Medusa's back, climb up to her head, and chop it off. Just continue to carve at it until it pops off, and once it does, congratulations, you want to take that head and we want to go and see the griffin. Now, I would suggest after you've collected Medusa's head that you at least head back into the city and save one time. if you have your own dwelling here in Bakbattahl, it is going to be a lot cheaper and easier for you to save, just in case something goes wrong. Once you're completely set up, you want to go ahead and make your way over to the Griffin's Nest, but I advise you don't use the main path. It's completely up to you how you decide to play the game and how much experience or how much of a hard time you want, but Medusa's head does decay over time. So you want to try to get there as fast as humanly possible so that you have the Medusa head at a decent amount of power before you want to try to use it. If you rest along the way, Medusa's head will decay each time you rest, so be careful. If you did not have enough time between resting and getting to the Griffin's head before it decays, then it's going to be rendered useless by the time you get there, so just be mindful. Once you get to the Griffin's Nest, Fulvio is going to tell you to go ahead and engage in the fight. As soon as the Griffin sees you and aggroes towards you, you want to whip out the head, place the head on your hip, go back into the inventory, and activate it. Point the head directly at the Griffin, and bang, you instantly have stunned and petrified the Griffin into stone. From this point, Fulvio is going to congratulate you and be very surprised that you was able to use and have the Medusa's head in the first place. And then you're going to go back and see Fulvio one more time in Bakbattahl. Once you meet him for the second time, he's going to ask you to come along with him to the exhibit in Vermund. So once you get back to Vernsworth City, go back to the old man's house and head inside, from which you will get this cutscene, congratulations, and the best rewards possible for this quest. So the rewards that you're going to walk away from in this quest line is going to be twice as much gold, which is going to come in handy, as well as Medusa's head, which you can use to petrify anything in the game, basically until the petrification magic runs out. The head will decay over time, so if you want to stop the head from decaying, you can take it back to your house or to a storage box and place it inside. If you like what we do here in the channel, make sure you smash that like button and sub to the channel so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and a whole lot more for Dragon's Dogma 2. This is your boy M of M Since HD. For now though, I'm out of here.